When bad guys are on the run, you better believe the boys in blue are hot on their heels.
This chase has been going on for half an hour now.
But what if the getaway vehicle is a tank? Just like being in a 5-star GTA 5 police chase, Sean Nelson stole an army tank and went on a rampage.
34-year-old Sean Nelson had been a tank crewman in the Army, but police had no idea who was at the controls until it was over.
What can a police car even do against a tank? The only thing that stops tanks are other tanks. Oh, and concrete dividers apparently.
The officers finally have an opportunity to stop him.
Everyone knows that when your ride runs out of options, it's time to hit the ground running. Like these two criminals on the run and wanted for armed robbery, failing their getaway car in a dead end. The only way was up. Scaling the roof, she quickly found herself faced with a drop on one side and a big gap on the other. Barely hesitating, she jumped from one building to the next, channeling her inner Spider-Man to make the daring escape. I'd love to say that she got away, but all those flashy moves ended up being, from the law, nothing compares to these two guys. After stealing a convertible, two suspected robbers led police on an hour-long car chase through downtown LA. It wasn't long before the pair began taking advantage of the police's low-effort chase skills. In true Hollywood fashion, the two started performing donuts in the middle of an intersection, waving at onlookers and even provoking the police into coming after them. They call it a police chase, but the police seem too slow or lazy. In fact, the closest anyone came to stopping the duo was when the TMZ tour bus tried to cut them off. In the end, their speed and skillful driving proved too much for the LAPD. The chase was temporarily called off while the pair enjoyed a hero's welcome at their friend's house. And while it's easy to get away when you have unlimited horsepower under the hood, what happens if you only have one? When police started getting reports of a man in full cowboy gear riding a horse down a freeway in downtown Chicago, they didn't know whether to be concerned or dress up as Indians. Incident. What's the best getaway vehicle you can think of? A Bugatti? Lamborghini? Well, what about one that the police are too terrified to follow?
Are you serious right now, bro?
This criminal had the genius idea of stealing the world's most unfollowable ride, a fully loaded lumber truck. At first, the truck-stealing criminal was a local hero, even getting high fives from enthusiastic onlookers. But things became heated when the sparks of an exposed wheel rim caused the lumber to ignite, engulfing the rear of the truck in flames.
Hey bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
With toxic smoke and a flaming cargo that frequently spilled onto the road, police had to wait for their moment. Thankfully, they got their chance, and a lucky shot from an officer would be the undoing of this car chase from hell.
No, I think he's firing.
I'm just glad justice was served, but what happens when you're an unwilling participant in a high-speed car chase? When police in New York saw a limousine illegally using a shoulder, and he definitely wasn't one of them, reversing into a tree and ending the chase on the spot. The most terrifying part of the story? There was a traumatized passenger in the back who had no idea what was happening. Speaking of joyrides in unusual vehicles, police gave chase when Joshua Phillips stole an armored personnel carrier from a military facility.
Enemy spotted.
The former Army lieutenant stole the mini-tank from Fort Pickett and led officers on a 65-mile chase across Virginia. Traditional methods won't work on a vehicle that's literally designed to withstand gunfire and explosions, so police had to try and keep the public safe instead. After reaching the speeds of up to 40 miles an hour on the suburban streets, Joshua eventually pulled the APC over and surrendered to the police, claiming insanity as the reason for his joyride. Joshua might have been clinically crazy, but this next chase is plain nuts. This police chase started out like any other, high speed with the police. But William isn't the only pro leaving his pursuers in the dust. When William Scott Taft was pulled over for a routine red light infringement, he knew it wasn't going to end well. He had an expired license, no insurance,
As for my license and insurance, of course I don't have them.
and a car full of illegal goodies that the police were definitely going to be interested in.
I've got pistols, I've got drugs.
So rather than delay the inevitable, he sped off, leaving the police on a car chase across Oklahoma County. But the police weren't dealing with your average dumb criminal. No. William was talented behind the wheel, effortlessly avoiding spike strips and police pursuits. When he turned onto the freeway and started hitting speeds of 120 miles per hour, police decided they needed to use a classic tactic to end the chase: the pit maneuver. The only problem was William knew how to recover after spinning out. Not once,
That wasn't. Oh, my goodness. That's unbelievable.
not twice,
I have never seen anything like this.
but 3 times.